Hello and happy National Left-Handers Day. Alright, anyway, I decided for today I'm going to make a video where I'm basically talking about the time I was in second grade and I got a pair of right-handed scissors stuck to my left hand during a fire drill. Basically what happened is that when I transferred to second grade, I was transferred from like a regular, normal, casual public school to like somewhat of a public school, but it was still a uniform school. So with that being said, I guess some of their mindsets was a little out of date with a lot of things, especially when it came to like left-handed students. So apparently my second grade teacher was one of those teachers to where like when I got there in the middle of the year, I was her first left-handed student, and like she made it seem like years to where she wasn't prepared for me and all that. And I was the only one in my whole classroom of like 23 people that was left-handed too, so I really got the short of the stick for that one. And I'd say, if anything, the teacher was the worst, lack of a better term, bully out of that. Although when it came on to third grade, she wasn't as bad, because I don't have any memories of any troubles with her, especially with me being left-handed for third grade. But with second grade, it was a different story. And anyway, every now and then when we do arts and crafts, she only had right-handed scissors, so I had to use them in a different way than everybody else. Like, I could have used them with my right hand, but for some reason it just didn't feel right. Like, it just didn't, and in some way it felt like it didn't really make that much sense for me to do that, even though that's what it was made for. And of course I tried it with the left hand, and it didn't work out that way because they weren't made for left hands to use them. So I had no choice but to basically like use it upside down and like put my middle and index finger where the thumb part was, and then my thumb where the middle and index finger usually go for this pair of scissors. And every now and then it would get to the point that like it'd feel too loose to where the cut wasn't getting right, so I'd have to like jam these two fingers further into the hole. And at one point that was bad timing, because I did that, it was in there, and a fire drill came off. And it was just a regular fire drill. It wasn't like a real fire or anything like that. So my hand's stuck to the scissors. Everybody's lining up and already getting out. The teacher's waiting on me, and I'm like at a crossroads. I'm frozen because I don't know whether I should just stay there or just go and leave anyway, because like the whole conflict of just not being allowed to run with scissors. So I really didn't know what to do, so I just stood there. And then eventually, after her telling me, I decided to finally move and like walk out. And eventually I'm thinking, like, is this my whole life now? Am I just gonna have a pair of scissors on my left hand? Am I gonna be like Claw from Inspector Gadget? Is this what's going on? And so she and I are walking out, and at that point, that's when the scissors decided to come undone from my hand. And already all the other classes are already outside, so by the time we get out there, I'm pretty sure she actually explained to a bunch of students and other teachers why it took her and I so long. I had to explain to a couple of students why I had a pair of scissors in my hand and what was going on. And after a while, after the fire drill was over and everything like that, and everybody pretty much knew what happened, I felt like the story was kind of over at that point. Like, it was already, like, it was said and done. But no, apparently, like, we get inside, we go inside the classroom, and as soon as the door closed, the teacher's like, okay, now to avoid doing what just happened with Jacob just now, if you have a pair of scissors stuck to your hand, which I don't see how that ever happened anyway, but if you ever have a pair of scissors stuck to your hand and there's a fire drill, don't just stand there and do nothing or anything like that. Despite what we told you about running with scissors, just come out anyway. Just do that. Like, it's not worth the hassle and all that. Just come out. Like, that's pretty much all she said. And then like all the students and all that, being 8-year-old students, responded like an 8-year-old student would to that, with me being the center of attention. And they kept I'm not gonna say they made jokes, but they gave me a hard time about it, that's for sure. And they continued to give me a hard time, both the students and the teacher. For like the next few times, we had arts and crafts for the next 3 times, and also the next 3 times we had fire drills. But eventually, by the end of 2nd grade, they lived it down, and again, by 3rd grade, I had her again, and she didn't give me any troubles to where I don't remember it. So, anyway, that's my story of how I got a pair of scissors stuck to my left hand. Hopefully you weren't expecting any cuts or anything like that, like me getting injured. But that's the story, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. And again, happy Left Handers Day. Peace.